It's 9 o'clock.
You heard it here. It's 9 o'clock. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the First 15 Accountability Party with me, Melinda B. Powers, founder and manager of Intentional Professionals. So it's Monday. I hope that everyone is doing well on this Monday and you're not dragging and feeling like, you don't want to be up and enjoy embrace it's Monday. You have a whole week to accomplish things, feel better about yourself, plan for the future, celebrate where you are, all kinds of things. So I just want to encourage you not to approach Mondays with dread. That's why we're here. That's why we party on Monday morning. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Basically, how this call works is only 15 minutes, so it does not last long. The first 5 minutes are for us to share wins from the previous week. The second 5 minutes is for me to give you some encouragement and talk to you a little bit about something that's been on my mind. And then the last 5 minutes is for us to set goals. We call that our me time. MII stands for most impactful item. So if you are watching live, you have the opportunity to contribute to the conversation through the chat. I can display your chat responses on the screen, so you're taking part. It's a little interactive here, but we welcome you to join us. And even if you watch the recordings, please, you can leave comments. That is more than welcome. We are creating community here, and we want to know what's going on with everyone that's watching. So thank you for being here. All right, so let's get it started. A little MC Hammer. So wins. I'll start. So my win for last week. I don't know. I feel like I may have had a couple, but one of them is that I really learned how to give myself a break and to unplug. Those were really big wins for me over the weekend. So I was going to, get a lot of things done on Saturday, but I realized, paying attention to my body, which I have to do a lot more now as, a woman that's transitioning into the middle age. I listened to my body and it said, no, lay down, relax. So I relaxed for a whole day. And that's not something I would normally do. Even when I'm just at home, I'm doing home projects or something, reading a book, whatever the case. So I chilled out on Saturday and it felt really good to be able to give myself permission to just chill out. But I decided for balance, I chilled out on Saturday. Sunday, I decided I would get some things done, but I will also not engage with social media so that I could keep kind of anxiety down because we know there's all kinds of things swirling around in the news and things that people are talking about that are a bit stressful right now. And I know for me, it's just good when I can take a break every now and then. And I think I did a social media free Sunday maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it felt really good. It just, the noise, was reduced in my world, and it just felt really good to not have all of this, this cacophony of voices and opinions and ideas and things swirling around me. So that was helpful, and that made my weekend very balanced. I got things done that I needed to get done, that I wanted to get done, and it was really good for me. All right, hi Ivo. So you said your win for last week was getting the first video uploaded to the YouTube. Oh, she got it. All right, and I think I saw it. I think I saw that because I am. Oh wait, this is another one. Okay, I don't know about this one. So let me post this so people can see. This is the YouTube channel for anybody that's interested. Bedtime stories for grown-ups. This sounds interesting, and knowing you, I know it's interesting. So I'm going to check that out later on today. But I did follow the other channel, and I saw a new video. I thought, so good luck with that. Like, I thought about doing something similar because, there's so many different platforms out there doing that. So I think you'll find some traction. That's really cool. So congratulations, girl. Um, I don't see anybody else. I know Errol said he wasn't going to be able to make it, but he sent me photos of his laundry room project he completed. So Yay for accountability. It looks nice. So I'll just go ahead and move into the next part because I don't mind talking about this for a little bit. It's just been something that's been on my mind a lot because I know for me personally, it's not something I do often enough, but I'm gravitating more and more towards it because of a lot of the affirmations that I say every day. I can feel the shift in my mindset and just how I am approaching my life and how I'm thinking about things. So I'm going to share that with you. And it's about visualization. So, you know, visualization can mean taking data or information and putting it in visual form like a chart or a graph or a scatter plot. But it's also a way to visualize your future. Think about your life. What do you want it to look like? And I don't know if we spend enough time thinking about what we want it to look like versus how it looks or how it looks like it's going. And I know this is going to sound a little radical for someone who's so steeped in business, but you have to use your imagination, and you can't always be plugged into reality if you want to achieve a lot of like your really big goals. I mean, you have to think about it. Electric cars had tried to get off the ground for a long time, and there was just like no growth there for decades. And then Elon Musk decided, and whoever else he worked with to get Tesla off the ground, decided this has to happen now. And it's happening, and it's been happening for a while. But there was so much dormancy in that area in the auto industry for a lot of different reasons. I'm pretty sure, the gasoline lobby and oil lobby is not happy about it. But somebody had to, and I don't know if Elon Musk is the only person that had that motivation, but he definitely is the face of it. But someone had to decide that it was time to push it, even if it didn't seem possible. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're listening to me, you're a visionary. You probably have an idea, a product, a service that no one else is doing, or no one else is doing well, or, at a higher level that you can do better, that you can do well. And I'm one of those people. I think about things all the time, and I have been kind of one of those early people to dip the toe in. But my habit, it's been a habit, but one of my issues has been that I pull out of it too quickly because I'm not getting the feedback that I want to get. It doesn't seem like it's working. And I've had a tendency to give up too easily, except for this time. Like, I have decided that is not happening this time. So, speaking from experience and knowing how it feels to like feel like you're yelling into a void and no one's hearing you, um, it's very hard, but it's so rewarding if you can stick with it, because especially if you know that your idea is sound, or that it will make a big impact and make a big difference in people's lives. You have to stick with it, and you may not be able to do it on a full-time basis for a long time depending on your living situation, but just don't ever stop working towards it. Do something every day. And I talked about that, last week. I mean, not last week, maybe it was the week before, but whatever. Always be doing something. You got to keep it moving. Sometimes the momentum will slow down a bit, but you can't give up. So, visualization, I didn't even really get to the point, and we're going to have to transition in a minute, but visualization is so important because, you've heard about the studies where surgeons and athletes actually perform better if they've mentally rehearsed their game or their surgery ahead of time. It's like, our brains don't know the difference between something that's real and something that's not real. Is we can get into it and think it and imagine it and visualize it and really just daydream it. It feels real to our brain, and that's all that matters. So that's why The Secret is so popular, and Think and Grow Rich is so popular. That's what they talk about, and about how you have to adopt the emotions that come along with it. That adds dimension to your visualization or your imagination. That's why children are just so captivating, because they can they let their imaginations run free and they really believe in it. And sometimes we lose that as adults. And so, we got to get back to that. I hate to be the one to tell you we had it all along and we lost it a little bit. So thank you, Ivo. It's very much worth spending time on, and it's not like you have to spend a ton of time on it. You can just think about it on the while you're falling asleep, or when you wake up in the morning. Give yourself a few minutes to just really think. You've got a big presentation, a pitch. If you're developing a product and it's not quite done, but you want to visualize the prototype, it helps you to figure out what snags you might run into, because it's also worth being able to anticipate issues, because issues will come. Problems are inevitable. We just have to feel confident enough to be able to solve them. That's all. So this week's blog is all about that. We have to see our success. And to some level we do. I just don't know if we're always consciously and deliberately focusing on it as much as we could. So I'm encouraging you to do it a little bit more. If you're doing it some, ramp it up a little bit. If you're not doing it all, just try. And I think it will make a huge difference for you and how you feel, how you think about yourself, how you think about whatever it is you're working on. It gives you confidence. It's a really great thing to do. So we'll move on now, because I have gone over on that. So let me get back to what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, so the me time. And if you're new here, me stands for most impactful item. So this is our goal setting portion of the call or the party. And this is just where we set forth a goal for the week that we'd love to accomplish, that it would just feel like we hung the moon if we were able to do it. And I guess I'll start. So my me time this week, I actually am wrapping up some work with a current client, and I have a really big report that I have to produce for the client to complete this project. So my bigger focus this week is going to be completing that report. It's started, but I really have to dig in and put a lot of details into it and make sure that it is going to provide this organization with what it needs to assess itself, and as a bit of a blueprint as it's growing. It's going into a scaling phase, and making sure I'm providing all the information that's going to help not have to figure all those things out, but to say, okay, these are the things and how do we do it? So that's what's going to be occupying a lot of my time this week, along with some other projects as well. But that's going to be the main one. And also piggybacking off of my me time from last week, I wanted to make sure I bring that back up, so I'm not just kind of putting things into the ether and forgetting about them. But I have some not grant proposals, but bid proposals that I'm interested in. I just have to narrow down to the one I'm going to work on first. So I did work on that a bit, but that's still in progress. And when I'm finished with that, which I think that the due date for one of the ones I'm interested in is like mid-August. So I not only have a few weeks, but that is something I'll be focusing on for next month. And Ivo says, your most important item this week is getting the pitch deck completed for an AI summit you're helping to develop. It's going to be a stretch, but you believe you can tackle it. All right, you believe it. That's enough fuel for me. And that's awesome. An AI summit. I want to know more details. So, back channel me and let me know what's going on with that. And I'll be around your neck of the woods in a few weeks, so hopefully we can catch up with one another. Aside from that, I just want to say thank you to everyone that it has joined or that watches every week. I know I see some of you that are keeping up with us. We really appreciate it. There may be some changes coming in the future. I'm not announcing anything formally yet, but I'm in the process of rearranging some of the way I deliver some of this content. So be on the lookout for that. Likely those changes will happen in August or by the end of August. So stay tuned. There may be some new things coming down the pipeline, but in the spirit of keeping it short, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you and your support. go forth and visualize and make those dreams come true. I'm really proud of you all, and I will talk to you next week. Bye bye.